Hello everyone and welcome back. And as you can see, we are in this industrial center, kind of ours, in the basement level. And I have been playing quite some today, and I would like to show you what I have done. Yeah, this is our new heavy-duty lava-powered electricity generation array, kind of, and this many geothermal generators are just enough that our Mass Fabricator can run all the time, and still this MFSU is gaining power instead of losing. So as you can see, MFSU has a positive input of, positive balance basically, so it gains more than it loses. And if you go up one level, then you can see that I have my Mass Fabricator on. Also, I have set up a double recycler system for generating scrap for this Mass Fabricator, and I am just experimenting that is it enough, or maybe I should add a third one. At the moment it seems that the Mass Fabricator uses up scrap way faster than how these two overclocked recycler are able to produce it. As you can see, both of it has 5 overclocker upgrades, so it goes quite fast, but yet not fast enough, it seems. I might add a third one. And I don't like to have such holes in the ground, and I was thinking about what can I do with it. And as you know, that there is a thing called facade, which basically it's a build craft item, so you can craft it on the assembly table, and it is just designed for this purpose, that you can cover with it build craft pipes. Well, if these were actually not build craft pipes but red power to pneumatic tubes, then you could easily use the covers, which you use by slicing up a block 3 times, I think, or 4 times. A couple of times basically, and then I would get for one block, I think, 8 covers. The problem is, however, that this only works flawlessly with red power to pneumatic tubes. Everything else, including buildcraft pipes, is a little bit off, because if you see, since the mods are since these items are from 2 different mods, this pipe doesn't allow any other block to be in the same block. So you can put it on top of it, but it will be a little bit above ground. But I think it's better than nothing, so I will just keep it like this. And yeah, so I'm quite happy with this setup. Now it means that we have a constant flow of UU matter. Also, I've set up here an autarkic gate, and it constantly pulls out the scrap from the Mass Fabricator. Recycler wise, I have got rid of all sort of pipe wires, because I figured that it doesn't it's not actually needed. Because as you can see, this recycler with 5 overclocker upgrades operates faster than the rate these gates can actually pull out items from the chest. So it can never actually overflow, which is very good for us. Actually, it became quite simpler to set up in this way. So I have the ender chest, which I have set the manager on the other side to keep always 4 stacks of cobblestone inside, and 2 gates actually pulling out constantly cobblestone from this ender chest and putting it in these 2 recyclers, which recycle it and send it. And these 2 gates at the wood pipes actually pull out the scrap from the recycler whenever there's a new scrap produced, and put it in this pipe system, which routes it right into the Mass Fabricator's bottom, which eats it immediately. So it seems that I will need to put up a 3rd recycler at least. Maybe it will be enough, maybe a 4th one even, to keep it constantly supplied with scrap. Because as you can see, whenever scrap arrives, then this amplifier kind of information here appears, and the speed of where we actually produce the UU matter increases substantially. So it would be much more efficient if I could provide enough scrap that almost all the time it would running scrap powered kind of. I mean there would be scrap which it could use up. Even without scrap it works and it produces a Eurometer, just quite much slower. Okay, so since now we use so much lava, I would like to have a look at the steam boiler and see what's going on on that side, because I'm almost sure that this one and the steam boiler doesn't anymore use lava, because it runs it reached its maximum temperature and it became much more efficient, so it runs solely on peat. And I would like to have after a look at the nether to see how much lava actually we have drained from this huge pool over there. So here we are at our peat farm, and I was checking the number just a few minutes ago. I mean, just before I started to record, and I think that that we produce at the moment more peat than what this steam boiler uses, because I think that this barrel here was not full. I took out from it 2 stacks, so it was over 63 stacks here. This one has 34. So I think that actually we have a surplus of peat being produced. And if you go up here into our steam boiler, then we see that that it constantly runs on peat. Doesn't require any more lava, which is very good, because I would like to not need to move that lava extraction point too much. By the way, at the moment this building material processing plant is still shut off, because I need now the cobblestone for generating scrap, and I also have enough of all the building materials which I generate here. But our rock crusher is working non-stop, so it's very good. I have at the moment I think around 7 gold nuggets, so it did have some output, some useful output besides the sand, of course. I don't know if it has produced any diamond or not. I actually don't really have a good system to recognize it at the moment, because you know, my quarry as well is running, so I don't know if there is any more diamond, then where did it come from exactly. Okay, so let's head to the nether and let's have a look at the lava situation there. I'm really curious about this one. Oh well, no, okay, so this is with this part where we are here at the moment, it's, I mean, just below us seems kind of untouched, so it's good. But there I'm starting to see something very interesting. Whoa, a lot of lag. Yeah, so here is our extraction point. But actually this pump reaches quite far, so one would think that it extracts right where the pump goes down, but no. I mean, I don't know exactly the details, but it reaches quite far, so as you can see, it's kind of getting emptied out. But still there is a lot of lava, especially over there. I mean, if you go this way, I think this part is mostly untouched still. Yeah, these are source blocks over there. So this is the reach of this pump, actually quite much. So I mean, and here yeah, we have really extracted a lot of lava, and I'm not sure actually how much of this is actually source blocks and how much is just the remnants of previous source blocks, or you know, I mean, the problem is here that lava dissipates quite slowly, so it's really hard to tell what and how much is under it. I could drink a fire resistance potion and dive into lava, but I don't really want to do it at the moment. The point is that it seems that we are not really getting to the bottom level yet, so it's good. We still have here a lot, and even if we got there, then that way there is a huge amount of supply yet, so I think I'll just keep this setup running and get me a lot of fuel matter and anything basically which I can produce out of it. So I'm back to the power plant, and I wanted to mention 2 things. The first is that as you can see, at the moment we can see exactly how many geothermal generators are needed to run at once in order to power Mass Fabricator, and the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26, yeah, and we have 7 missing. I mean, 7 not trying, so I think it's okay. 26 is it, because at the moment, as you can see, MFSU is full, so it doesn't accept any more power input. And geothermal generators work in a way that they don't output power unless there is somewhere to output it. So otherwise, they just don't produce it and don't use up the lava, which is actually very handy. They are very efficient in this way. And actually, so we have slightly more power generation than to run constantly this Mass Fabricator, which means that even if we add some more machinery, which I want in the future, then we will not run into problem immediately. But in case we would need really more power, then I can always add, as you can see, at least one whole amount of more geothermal generators, which are actually quite cheap to produce. And to tell the truth, I was thinking about what other power sources I would maybe use besides lava power. And the other one which immediately came to my mind is actually a solar array or solar panel. I don't know about these solar arrays. I don't know where they came from because they are definitely new. I didn't see them before, so I think it's a new addition of some sort of mod. Don't know which one exactly. But this is the standard solar panel, and it is a little bit more, or actually quite more expensive than the geothermal generator, because geothermal generator as well needs a generator, and but after the generator you don't need electronic circuits at all. Let me show you geothermal. So we still need the generator, but basically glass, which is very cheap, empty cell, which is again very cheap. I mean, 14 ingots give you 16 empty cells, and 2 pieces of refined iron ingot. Compared to the solar panel, which besides the generator, we need 2 electronic circuits and coal dust. But here actually the electronic circuits are the biggest problem because they take copper. I think basically it's 3 coppers, yeah. 3 coppers produces 6 of the copper cable, and you need basically 6 coppers for 1 solar panel because there is 2 electronic circuits here included. Some redstone, which is again some resource which I am not really having too much at the moment from. And the generator which we needed for the other recipe as well. So I think this is quite more expensive. On the other hand, however, this is completely free energy, so once you place it down, you have energy forever from it. I don't know at the moment exactly the details on how much energy it produces, but I think that the geothermal generator produces more, so you would need from the solar panels considerably more to keep up the same rate. And since for us lava is not infinite although, but it's almost infinite, it works well. And also I think it's much cooler. I like to use up things. I mean, to actually need some sort of fuel for generating something like power. So I like it. Yeah, the other thing which I wanted to mention, which I forgot to say, that I was speaking here about the facades and about these covers, and the reason I don't use facade is because there is simply no marble facade. I think because marble block is added by red power 2, and most likely this is why the whoa. What has happened here? Did you hear that explosion? What could explode? Don't tell me that my boiler. Something definitely did explode somewhere. This is very, very frightening. And not here. We are still okay, we are running. There is no, I didn't put anything in the above levels, so it cannot be again. Can it be a cable? No. We are okay in cable wise. Then I have to check out my boiler because I'm worried it might have been the boiler. I wouldn't want that to happen. This would be very, very, very bad. No, it's not the boiler. It has enough water. Yeah, boilers can actually explode. When they explode is when you run out of water completely and you and it's still hot, and you after putting it water, it explodes, and these big boilers can really cause a very huge explosion. So this is not this one, not this either, and here maybe something didn't seem to be. Then it can only be in my base, or but I'm fairly certain that I did hear an explosion. So can it be somewhere in my base, or maybe it's a creeper somehow exploded? I have no idea at all. Okay, anyway, so yeah, so the reason, yes, I was saying, the reason I don't use facades for that covering that those pipes over there in the next to the Mass Fabricator is that simply there is no marble facade, because they are this block is added by a different mod than the mod which adds facades. I mean, facades are added by Buildcraft, while marble is added by Red Power 2. So I think this is why there is no facade, as you can see. But no problem, I did cover it with these covers, and it's good enough for me at the moment for the moment. Yeah, so that's it I mean, not for today, but just for now. And I will see what else I want to do in this episode, and I will be back some little bit later. Yeah, so I have found it. Look at here. Yeah, so actually this was my first idea, that most of the time when something explodes in my Minecraft Feed the Beast gameplay, is that they are actually Buildcraft energy conduits or energy pipes. I don't know how they're called. I think what they are called? Yeah, conductive pipe. Okay, this is. And look at here. This is what they exploded. I think the thing is that since for some time I think it didn't need to produce a lot of peat. What is it? Bog earth. Actually, we are full even sand-wise and dirt-wise, so completely full. Yeah, I see that the sand is. I mean, we produce much more sand here than what we actually use, and I think this was somewhere here was the pipe which actually exploded. Because let me see exactly where. Yeah, I think here. Look at here. Here there are 3 peat-powered or peat-fired engines, and there is a pipe missing here, a conductive pipe. Yeah, that's it. And this will soon explode. So what can I do here? Okay, I will fetch a gate, and I will be back in a second. We'll see what can we do with this. Okay, so I'm back. I have crafted 4 iron end gates, which we'll use to fix this issue here. But first I would like to mention a couple of things. Yeah, first of all, what we already seen, that that the dirt is being split up from the system because we are completely full on dirt and sand. The thing is that one has to always keep in mind when trying to make up some sort of automatic, I mean completely automatic system in Minecraft Feed the Beast, or actually any of these mods which allow doing such things, is that when you need to produce something and you need to consume that thing produced, like for example in our case we produce a peat and after use it up in our energy production system, basically in the boiler, is that it is almost impossible, let's say that impossible, virtually impossible, that you produce on a long term easily the same amount of items which you need to use. This means that you will either have a little bit of surplus of items being produced, like in our case for example, which is good, or you will produce in the long term less items than what you need, and you will after a while run out, and your consumption will suffer because it will have to stop until you again get back to the necessary level of items. And the thing is here that you need to do something with the overflow, and in our case the only thing that makes me somewhat worried is the fact that dirt is a fixed amount in the system, so we cannot actually lose too much dirt because we are not producing dirt, and if we lose a lot of dirt, then the system will actually after a while run out of dirt. And what it seems to happen here is that that we are producing so much sand that it pushes out dirt, which is not good. But I will monitor this and I will see what will I do with this, if anything, because it might not be an issue as well. So I don't know if it's really a problem or not. But now I would like to fix the energy side of this thing so that it doesn't get blown up again. And as you see, I mentioned already, let me send back this sand because I don't like to have it in my inventory. Yeah, so this ender patch is really useful. You can just send anything back to your sorting system and from anywhere where you are actually, if it is loaded. And I have a chunk loader there, so it is loaded all the times. Yeah, so what I want to do is here that we have the 3 peat fired engines, and we have this single hobby steam engine over here. And we want these 4 engines to only operate when actually we need them to operate. And when does it happen? Actually, they need to power 2 things. First of all, this liquid transposer over here, which fills up the bucket, which we use to craft the bog earth. And the second thing is, which takes much more power, is this pulverizer, which produces the sand. So this is why I put so many engines here, because I found that initially the system couldn't keep up with the sand production, but it seems that I do produce enough sand for on the long term that the system can stay in the positive balance wise. And indeed, I checked down in the below levels, and all the bog, I mean the peat farms are full of bog earth, so we are doing very well actually here. But I need to make sure that this pipe doesn't get blown up once more, and for this I want to be able to detect. Oh, well, as you see that these engines actually store energy, and now they output it to the pipe. And I think now they are at 0, all of them. Yeah, so their stored is 0 megajoule, which means that that it's okay. This will not blow up for now. Yes, so I don't know actually why is this pipe here. It doesn't need. We don't need this. We need, however, this side of it. This is what pulverizes the. I mean, the powers the pulverizer. Yeah, so we need to avoid such an accident that it blows up again, and for this we need to know when to produce energy, and for this I will use these iron end gates. I hope that they interact with yeah, with red's pipe signal. Very good, because what I want to do is that I put 1 gates at the energy production points where the engines are. That's good. And one at the 2 energy usage points where our machines are, which use energy, the liquid transposer and the pulverizer. And these ones which use energy, I will set them that they should, whenever this machine can actually store energy, it means that it's not full. For example, this is full at the moment, so they can store energy. As you can see, is false, doesn't emit any. I mean, if it was true, then it was this line was here had a red color actually. So whenever this machine can store energy, it should output a red pipe signal, and for this we need, of course, to connect red pipe. Red pipe wire to this section of the conductive pipe. Yeah, so like this. Whenever this engine can store energy, it will emit a red pipe signal. And the very same thing we should do over here with the pulverizer. Whenever this machine over here can store energy, then we emit a red pipe wire, a red pipe signal, and we connect all of these here. Like this, and down until let me see, where can I connect it? Is it connected there yet? I don't think so. Does it get red pipe signal? Let me see. I think it will. No, there's a problem here. It might be the problem that here we go up with this red pipe wire, and we cannot go down at the same time. I'm not really sure. Or from the other side I have to do it, maybe. Let's see from here. Ah, this way. Okay, so I was clicking on the wrong section of the conductive pipe. Yeah, so now red pipe signal on, then we emit a redstone signal. This is what we need, because these engines actually used to be powered by levers. There was one here, and one over there down, and one lever for all engines, so they were all the time on. But now only when this red pipe signal, I mean red pipe wire is on actually, so the red pipe signal is being emitted from either of our energy usage points, from either of these two machines, will this be on. And the same thing which we'll do here. Actually not here, so it's one more down. Give me back this. Okay. Like this. Okay, so the very same thing we do it from here. Need here a red pipe wire. And I will tell this iron gate as well that whenever there's a red pipe signal on, then it should emit a redstone signal basically, which will power this steam engine over here. Actually, we might not even need this anymore, but I will just keep it. I don't know. The thing is that the steam engine is not really efficient if it needs to stop and start again. So this might be a little bit of waste of peat, but we have enough peat, so it doesn't really matter. And I might just take it away later on and destroy it. I mean, remove this engine from here. This 3 should be enough anyway. Well, okay. So I think I will also, for the moment, only do one change. I will send back to my my storage room some little bit of sand. And I fill this up with dirt, and I think this is this will do it for now. Not this one, full stacks. Okay. It tries to go to the wrong chest, unfortunately, for this one. I might just upgrade to golden chest, and then I have some little bit more space. Or maybe it's not at all needed. Just send home some dirt as well. Okay, so yeah, so this thing is now solved here. At least I consider it solved. Good enough for me. Of course, such systems which I have running for long periods of times. This is why I couldn't produce anything. I see, because it didn't have place for the bucket. No, this is not good actually. This is not good. This could stop the entire production line. So such systems which are running for a long time, I always, I mean, from time to time, go back and have a look at them. I mean, how it works, because I know that actually the real trial for a completely automated system in Minecraft is that it runs smoothly, not only for a while, but for a really long amount of while. Because I just mentioned to you this overflow or undersupply things. I mean that you either produce too much or too little from items which are after used, and which the other part of the system actually expects, can really mess up things. It's a real problem. But it seems that for now we are okay, because if you just go down and have a look at these levels, everything seems to be okay. First of all, we don't need more dirt than what we have at the moment in the system. Actually, I already have too much excess dirt there, because one single peat, I mean, yeah, peat block, when this bog earth would mature into peat block, when it is broken, either by you or by automatically by the farm, then it also drops a block of dirt. So actually, all the dirt which we have here would be enough just to run the system, to keep the system up, and you only need a little bit of more dirt to have a little bit of excess of peat of bog earth in the farms, so that they are filled up, which we have at the moment. Is very good. So I could just really remove a lot more dirt from the system. It's not really anymore, not needed at all anyway. So I think I just do so. Well, okay, so this I consider it solved for now, and And I'm not sure about at what time we are in this episode. I will be back if I mean either this episode or the next one with something else to do. Okay, so see you a little bit later. Okay, so I am back, and I have checked the time of this episode so far. So it seems that I do not have too much time. I just wanted to show you what I have done, or I was trying to do here with this with the Mass Fabricator setup. As you remember, I mean, I said that we don't have enough scrap produced to run this constantly with scrap. I mean, at least around half of the time, or a little bit more, it used to be. It actually runs this Mass Fabricator without scrap, which means that it uses energy but runs considerably slower, so it's not so efficient actually. As you can see, what I've done here is simply with the gates, with the autarkic gates, you can only pull out so fast items from an inventory. I mean, you cannot increase the speed at all, only if you add more gates. So what I did here is that I switched these cobblestone pipes to iron pipes, so items do not flow backwards, I mean upwards. And I've utilized here the chest third side, the bottom side, by adding one more emerald pipe to only pull out cobblestone, because it's a kind of filtered wooden pipe, and added here an autarkic gate and set it the same way as items in inventory, energy pulser, so it will pull out the same way items. And as far as I know, generally Buildcraft pipes tend to distribute items evenly among multiple directions. For example, in this case, statistically on a long term it should be on half going this way and that way. But because these recyclers were actually too slow to keep up with the 5 overclockers with this increased amount of cobblestone, I have crafted 5 more overclockers and added 4 to these 2 recyclers. So 2 here and 2 here. So we have now a total 7 in each of these recyclers, which you can see again is a little bit faster than what we need. But as I mentioned before, everything is about overflow or undersupply, and we generally want to avoid overflow in some cases, while we want to avoid undersupply in other cases. Well, in this case, we want to avoid overflow because I don't want that cobblestone is being spit out in this I mean, around these recyclers, and a lot of items on the ground can cause lag or even can crash the game if it reaches a certain point. So I don't want it to happen at all. So I rather made sure that this recycler actually recycle faster than the amount of items being input into it. So we are good here, and I was just monitoring this Mass Fabricator, and it's still not enough. So pulling out even by 3 autarkic gates from this ender chest cobblestone and recycling it immediately is not enough to keep it completely supplied. I mean, this Mass Fabricator completely supplied all the time with scrap. Now I think around half of the time or so we have scrap there, if you watched for a while. Maybe a little bit more, maybe like 60-70% of the time, which is nice, better than what it used to be, but definitely not enough. Although I'm not sure really, because it's quite random, you know. Scrap production, I mean recycling, is quite random. You cannot really, sometimes it is better, sometimes it's worse. So I really need to see here for a longer amount of time, but I guess that especially if I in the future would like to add more Mass Fabricators, definitely I would not go with Buildcraft autarkic gates and pipes, but rather I would go with Red Power, because either sorting machine or filter or manage or anything like this, they can pull out entire stacks from inventory so much faster than the single item pulls of Buildcraft gates what we have here. So that would be I think the way to go for a bigger setup, but at the moment I'm okay with it. And for next episode I would like to do something different. I would like to take some break from this energy setup, because at the moment, as you can see, I mean, energy wise, first of all, we are constantly producing UU matter, which you already have 2 stacks from it almost, which is very nice. And also it's completely automatic. Overflow is solved, so it should basically let it here most likely without problem. And I only come back here to check it from time to time to verify that it's really as I think it is. I mean, safe and completely automatic, but it seems that this system actually it works by itself as long as we have cobblestone. Even without cobblestone, just it's slower. And I have around now, my quarry was running around 700 stacks or so, maybe a little bit more of cobblestone, so it should be enough. So as I was speaking about the energy setup, as you can see, our industrial craft energy, basically electricity, is in very good shape. We have a full MFSU amount of energy, and the generators are running all the time, so lava as well is being supplied here. And I believe that the peat production as well is good, and I think it's even positive. Yeah, definitely. If you remember last time when we were here to fix these engines, it was 63 stacks, now we are 64 here. And we have 2 stacks here as well. So definitely we are having a positive amount of peat production, which is very nice. These engines here should be running only when they are required to run because of the setup that we have. So as you can see now, the moment, for example, the pulverizer can still take energy because this buffer is not full. So this iron end gate emits red pipe wire, but this liquid transporter is full, so this one doesn't it emits now because it uses it now, but it doesn't emit at the moment. So the point is that when either of the machines can take energy, they will turn on the system and the engines will supply some energy to it until it can fill up again. Only problem might be that when they get close to being full, then they will turn it on and off quite frequently. So yeah, I think we don't have really a better option than this. If there was an option like that, let's say that it has like less than half, and no, actually even that would not solve it. If you think about what I'm trying to say here is that that with such triggers, I mean that energy can be stored or not, it's full or not, or it is half or not. We are jumping quite much around the point where we trigger I mean basically when we set the output to true. For example, in our case, when we can start the engines and we can store some more energy in the machines, and when we don't. Imagine that like this, then let's say we are full at the moment in the machine with energy, and after we use it for a little while, and we use up a minuscule amount of energy, then this system will turn all the engines on again, and the engines will refill it almost immediately. So just after a second, it will turn it off. So normally in systems like this, for example in computer programming, what an engineer would do is that it would set two thresholds. One for triggering the system on, I mean turning it on, and it should be always lower than the second one, which should turn the system off. So what would really make sense here in this case, in our example, that we would say that, let's say when we have half energy only in any of these machines, then we would have to turn on these engines. But turning off would not happen when we have half energy, but rather when we have, let's say, 90% or 100% energy. And then when it would turn on, it would at least run until the engines would at least run until we fill up all the machine with energy, and all the buffer of the machine, which is a substantial amount of time most likely, and only then it would turn off, and it would not turn on again only as soon as it drops below the threshold. In our case, in an example what I just mentioned, it will be when it drops below half of the amount energy half of the energy which you can store possibly in this engine. So in this machine. So this would mean basically that you will have a much more continuous running cycles of the engines instead of turning it on and off. But it seems that in this setup of Buildcraft it is not possible. There are no such delays defined in the gates, at least not for energy. Yeah, so well, I think that's it for today, and thank you for watching, and please leave any sort of meaningful comment, suggestion, question, anything related to the videos or not. I mean, I'm curious and open for any sort of other kind of inputs as well, or questions or topics you are interested in, whatever. And I will I will definitely read the comments, and if I find it really interesting or something which is worth speaking about in one of these episodes, then I will do so. Otherwise, I will just reply you in the comment section. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I see you next time.